Hi, it's me, Akshilina.
This is part 2 of a 2-part special series on brewing makgeolli, a fermented traditional Korean rice drink. If you didn't see part 1, click the link in the video. Otherwise, stay on the line, and I'll be stirring and tasting my brewing makgeolli. Overnight I had my makgeolli covered. I'm going to take the cap off, open the little pop lid, and that lets some air in. Every morning you have to stir the mixture. Stirring it and closing it and opening it ensures that oxygen gets to all the places in the mixture. Now I'll clean my spoon with alcohol. I've also rinsed the spoon in extremely hot water, and now I need to let it cool down so that it doesn't kill any of the bacteria. Now we're going to open it. I can hear it bubbling from here. Stir gently. Make sure to agitate. You're doing this so the oxygen can enter everywhere. It's important to make sure that there's no grains stuck at the top, because bacteria could form, bacteria that you don't want in there, different kind of bacteria than the good bacteria that makes the makgeolli. You don't have to be too picky about that. I wasn't too crazy about it last time, and it worked out fine. Imagine these are all people, and they all need oxygen in here. It's very important that you go all the way to the bottom like I'm doing, and you pull what's down at the bottom up. You want there to be a balance so that the fermentation culture that you're nurturing is evenly distributed throughout. You don't have to press it, but just make sure it's relatively flat. I just tasted a little. It's very sweet. Put some back. For a little while after I've stirred it, I'm going to leave this open so oxygen goes in through the hole here. By closing it up, all the oxygen gets taken away by the yeast, and when that happens, fermentation happens. We let this ferment overnight, and in the morning we saw takju. Literally, takju translates as opaque wine. It's the sediment that you see on the bottom. The takju will eventually yield our first batch of drinkable beverage. But for now, I need to pull it up through the rest of the rice so that everything mixes and we create a nice mixture for a balance, for more fermentation. Oh, the bubbling. Time to taste it. It's a bit more sour today, and still has its sweetness. I think that's from all the yeast I added. Let's let it sit in a cool place overnight. Morning 3. We have takju there. We don't have any cheongju, which literally means clear wine. Sometimes it forms at the top, but not this time. If it did, it would appear as transparent, yellowish liquid. It's day 3 now, so I'm going to close it right afterwards. And now I can also just stir it when I need to.
Annyeonghaseyo. Hi. I'm Akshilina again here with all my makgeolli ready to bottle. It's in the fermenting jar and it's day 5. It's been 5 full days and we're going to open it and bottle it and see how it tastes. Even though the makgeolli isn't ready, since it's only been 5 days, we have to open it because I have to go to points unknown. And as you can see, there's no cheonju, there's no clear, clean liquid. Sometimes there is, and sometimes there isn't. But that's okay. What we have is cultures that broke down all the rice, and this rice has become a sweet, delicious drink. So what we're going to make is takju first, and that's going to be when we take this and we press out the liquid, and it's going to be quite strong. And then after that, we're going to be doing a second pressing and squeezing of all of this, and it's going to become makgeolli when we add this cooled down, just boiled, sterilized water. So this drink is based on one stage of fermentation. It takes about 5 to 7 days. It's called tanyeonju. Just means like it's like one stage. It's going to continue to ferment in the fridge. So it's okay that we're doing a 5-day batch. You might want to do it longer, maybe 7 days. All of the things that are in here will just continue to be active, and different cultures will continue to make it delicious. What's really important is that you sterilize everything. I've sterilized this countertop, I've sterilized my hands, I've sterilized this water jug, I've boiled the water, it's cooling. We don't want it to be too hot or it will kill all the fermenting bodies inside here. I've sterilized all of these things. I'm going to be using this strainer to press. I'm going to be using this funnel to funnel it. And I'm going to be using these bottles, which I boiled in a boiling vat of water. Now, this alcoholic drink, it's being created as we speak. All of these enzymes are working and they're creating a culture, and it's breaking down the food and the sugar into alcohol. But eventually, just like our planet Earth, all the resources will be used up and everything will die. So what's in here is going to at some point reach a point of maximum alcohol. Roughly, what I've read, is 15% alcohol by volume for a typical pressing of this delicious, delicious mixture. So here we go. We're going to press the takju right here on this clean, sterilized countertop. Make sure not to make a mess. Be gentle. You'll know that the rice is ready to press if it breaks down easily under your ladle or between your fingers. Now let's pour our first bottle of takju. Now our second bottle of takju. Well, there's only a little left, so have a little taste. Ooh, this takju is quite strong, quite sweet, probably because of all the yeast, bitter, and really delicious. This is going to be our second pressing of the chigemi, the lees. By squeezing it out, we're going to have a second batch of takju. I've just filled a bottle with the takju from the second pressing we did of the chigemi. So we just squeezed out takju, and this is now makgeolli. We used about around a kilogram of rice, and when we made the fermentation, about 700 milliliters of water. Very slowly going to add it to this chigemi. This is going to yield our very first bottle of makgeolli. If you'd like, you can also save the chigemi, the lees, for later and use it as a marinade, or even make a kind of mulled drink out of it. This is makgeolli. Just like in the city. Well, we did it! And this is our takju and makgeolli. And you know, we did it in a hurry, so the proportions were maybe a little funny, the timing was a little off, but that's how we do it. And maybe you'll have to do it in a hurry too. So I hope you really enjoyed this, and I'm sure you'll have questions, so why don't you subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell button so you can find out when I'm posting my next video. And also, you can write me comments and ask me questions about my expertise in making makgeolli. Okay, goodbye. Oh.